Hey Leo, welcome to She-ruhz Tarot. Today's read is brought to you by Spirit, and there is no intent placed upon the cards. So Spirit's going to bring any message that they feel is most important for anybody that has Leo anywhere in their chart. Okay, so this message can be something from the past that Spirit wishes for you to review, learn from, and not repeat. It can be something currently happening to give you some guidance about, and can be something to come to give you a heads up about. In regards to an individual that you're interacting with, please keep in mind the roles can be reversed. Message can be directed to you personally about them, can be directed to them personally about you. All right, so with all that being said, I do ask that you use your discernment and apply any of this message where is it appropriate. But I do ask that you treat this message as if it's a book, from the very front to the very back. Once we reach, and you should be able to recognize through the message as we read through, once we get to the challenges and obstacles, you should be able to say, yep, that is my hurdle. So then you have the outcome. And 94% of the time, if you wish to change or alter and do succeed in altering that obstacle or challenge, the outcome will also alter. So it's completely up to you whether you wish to change it, alter it, or not, because sometimes the outcome is a good thing, sometimes it's not. Depends on what Spirit wishes to bring forward to let you know about. If you don't feel like this is your message, if you don't feel comfortable with it, you don't relate to it, you don't receive that message following it from front to back like a book, then I definitely encourage you to go observe your other natal chart zodiacs. That's what they're there for. Please, I do ask that you allow your intuition to guide you towards those messages. So whatever you feel most drawn towards, please go towards and observe. Now, if you are drawn towards more than one message, Spirit may have more than one message they wish for you to receive. So please keep that in mind as well. All right, so we're doing a regular Celtic. We're not doing my mini Celtic that I normally do. We're doing a regular Celtic by a Spirit's request. As you can see, the visual is pretty tight. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I maintain within the boundaries of this circle so that you can receive your message and see all the cards. Sometimes I have to set the decks on the outside, and I try to set them as close as I can so you can see, but it's still pretty tight here when you have a full-blown Celtic. That's why I normally do mini Celtic, but they wanted a full-blown, so that's what I'm doing. We'll do a quick review of them as they fall, and go into a little more in-depth if necessary. Then we'll do some clarification on anything that needs to be clarified, and then we'll head towards that guidance or any further messages that Spirit wishes to bring forward to you. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to let you know, Leo, that I did, when I was doing the pre-shuffle and the cleansing, I did ask Spirit to assist you in opening your eyes to see, your ears to hear, a heart to feel, and intuition to discern your message that you're about to receive. So, knowing that, let's begin. Get some messages for Leo, please, Spirit. Can we get some messages for Leo, please? Thank you. Three of Pentacles. You're trying to make things work. You're trying to work on something. Okay. Crossing. It's pretty challenging work. You got to really put forth some effort. Okay. You're thinking this is your calling, but in the recent past, there were some extreme conflicts, maybe some very harsh words being spoken, some severe conflict that's occurred that you were determined to overcome. And we have, there's some regret. Well, yeah, when we get into a big argument and a conflict, there can be a regret in regards to that. But in the tomorrow, so to speak, because this is, for me, I like to refer to it because it's the past and the future, but I actually like to refer to it as yesterday and tomorrow. And this is today. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. Follow me? Okay, so this is how you are affecting the situation. Death has occurred. It's been severed, ties have been severed, things have came to a complete end. Let's see if we need that one. How the external is affecting you, keeping things from you. Challenges and obstacles is possibly, a reuniting, a coming back together. Somebody that you know that's in your domain. And then the outcome is the sun. Some clarity, some understanding. And then we have a commitment of any type. It can be a business commitment. It can be a traditional commitment, whether it be marriage or a role that you're playing that's traditional. And it can be, a father to children, a mother to children, any kind of a traditional role or a commitment. And we're very confident and a go-getter in regards to some options, but we're trying to be very careful with each step that we take forward and putting just a tiny bit of ourselves out there so that we can leave the garbage behind and focus on opening ourselves up and giving of ourselves. Okay, so that is your inner turmoil there. All right. So the tomorrow, I know I covered the basis of this. There was a major conflict in the recent past. And so you were trying to figure out how to make things work. And making it work is the conflict, is trying to make things work. And so you in your thought process believe that this is where you're supposed to go. This is your calling. This is where you're supposed to be. However, we regret, this interaction. And the tomorrow is, we have a lot of emotions, we have a lot of feelings, but we're keeping them to ourselves. We're not sharing. Again, apply where appropriate. It can be you, it can be them. Actually, in this situation, it can be both, in all honesty. So the way you're affecting it is transforming the situation. So letting it completely die, letting this situation completely die out, and then, having a rebirth or a transformation from the situation. And then how the external is affecting you is there's like an inner knowing that they're kind of keeping from you. They're allowing their intuition or kind of keeping secrets from you. They know something, you can feel it, but they're not sharing it, kind of a situation. Can also very well be a water element that you're interacting with as well. So, because we have back to back here, we have Scorpio, we have Pisces back to back. So that's pretty strong. All right. So then we have the challenges and obstacles is, an individual or somebody that's in your circle, and maybe a coming together or a reuniting of the situation. And that is a challenge and an obstacle, is how do you celebrate, how do you reunite, how you come back together. And then the outcome is the sun. So, the sun brings joy and happiness, but it also brings clarity and understanding as well. So let's get some clarification here. All right. So I don't need to address the conflict because those of you that have received this message know exactly what it's in reference to. And all of this is pretty clear. Keeping your emotions away, there's a lot of emotions, but they're buried so that they're not being shared. Your thoughts are whether or not this is or is not your calling, So let's clarify death. Wow, okay, that felt important to come out. We have the Knight of Wands here. Picking up and moving away. And creating an exciting new beginning. Page of Wands. Opening a new door. Please clarify the High Priestess. Well, that took a different turn of events, didn't it? Whoa, the Sun. We understand that there are secrets being kept from us. Clarify the Three of Cups. Holy cow, Mama! Holy cow! Okay, the only one that turned up was the Four of Swords. That's the only one that flipped over. And then we also have this one on the table. There's a path that you need to, a hard decision that you need to make. Oops. There is a hard decision that needs to be made. There are two paths being presented to you, and they're pretty challenging. So taking some time to get your head on straight in regards to this individual, whether or not to come back together or not. Okay, so there's the Sun. One was giving, the other one was not. One was giving, the other one was not. There needs to be equal give and take with this individual. Page of Swords. Watching, learning, observing, getting stressed out, having lack of sleep, being upset and disturbed by it because there's things being kept from you. Trying to find balance, trying to be patient, trying to be harmonious in regards to this commitment. Looking at the whole picture and, not giving up the fight, but we're recognizing that we're heading towards a tower. Okay. Well, let's get some guidance from Spirit here for you, and how to handle this situation if you don't know already. See if Spirit has any further messages for you here. Whoa, did you see that? Okay. Those are not flipped over, so we're going to set those to the side here. All right, so we have the Moon. Oh, well, that's pretty clear cut right there. There are things being kept from you. Leave the garbage behind. Close out that cycle and begin a new one. Wow. Put forth that effort, put forth that hard strive, Nine of Wands, and begin completely fresh and new. Page of Pentacles. The big old conflict, the Five of Swords that you had here, caused some pretty deep pain. Three of Swords. And so, something stable needs to be built out of that, and it's going to take some effort. So, with this message coming forward, Leo, I do want to remind you that because it's Spirit-led, it's always and forever completely up to you to take this message in or disregard it. And especially if it applies to you and it is your true message from front to back, those of you I am definitely speaking to, it is completely up to you to take in or disregard. That is what free will is about, okay? If it's not fitting, if you don't feel like that's the best guidance for you, then don't follow it. But if you feel like it is the best guidance for you, by all means, Spirit has thrown that out for you, okay? So let's have a look and see about the energies that have dropped out here. But I know where I would sit with you on this, Leo. So, I personally would follow the guidance, but that's only because if this truly is your read, what I see here, it's leaving the garbage behind, leaving the fight and the garbage behind, because there were secrets and things that were being kept hidden. And if things are in the dark, it must come to the light in order for things to work right. It must come to the light for it to work right. Okay, let's have a look about these energies in here, Leo. So you've made an appearance in here. We have Pisces in here, like I said, Scorpio. Boy, you've made a couple of appearances in here. Cancer's made an appearance. There's another third water. That covers all the water elements right there. Sagittarius is in here. So There you go. Now the energies can be, these major arcanas can be you drawing on the energies, them drawing on the energies, can be in their zodiac, your zodiac. So only you know where it's most fitting. So be sure to apply where it's appropriate. But it definitely looks like you are working with a water element because we have water, water, water out here. And then we have reference of you several times as well. So I'm just a saying. All right, guys. Well, I do look forward to your next read, and maybe by then I'll have a better tripod for a better visual for you guys so you can actually see the table a little bit better. I'm working on it. Please bear with me. And until the next time, may all your choices and decisions be very blessed.